Have you ever been told not to talk back? Most of us have probably been in those situations, and yes, we should respect and love others in the manner God calls us to. But the other morning, I was led to reflect on this and when it is okay to talk back. And no, I'm not talking to a person, but instead, really pause to think about how to deal with the lies that we tell ourselves before they become stories that we may tell ourselves. Or stories that we may draft false narratives in our minds. And so how do we deal with the lies that we hear that we may be tempted to entertain? Those spiraling thoughts and lies can easily become stories we draft in our minds, many of which are not good for us. So what do we do about this? Verse back to it. Yes, talk back to it, but use a verse from scripture. And so it might sound so silly and even so simple, but so important and powerful because words hold power. In Proverbs 18:21, it states, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit." So last week, in the face of some new spaces and new fruit that the Lord is leading me to, or I'm starting to see, I began to sense fear and doubt of the past sneaking in. And so what did I do? We need to pause in those moments and recognize and call it what it is, fear. What does truth say about this? What is the truth about this? What does God say about this? And the first thing that really came to my heart was God has not given us a spirit of fear, but he's given us the spirit of power, of love, and a sound mind. And so when we reflect back, we pause and pray that verse right back. That's what was on repeat in my mind all last week. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-control. And yes, I use some versions say sound mind. And so every single time I felt the temptation to be fearful of the unknown territory or whatever it is before us, I personally paused in that moment and spoke that verse and reminded myself of that verse in my mind, sometimes even out loud. And this is something we can do with whatever it is that we face. We can verse it back. So what are you facing today? Call it by name. And what scripture of truth will you speak back to it today? Blessings. Have a wonderful week.